केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
कोई ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है, इट्स अ टेरर मशीन।
अगर हम टेररिस्ट होते तो टेररिस्ट हमें क्यों मारते?
आरएसएस ने बाबरी मस्जिद तोड़ी और आरएसएस वायलेंट है। Just say it!
वो तब गिरा जब इस देश के बहुसंख्यक समाज का विश्वास टूट गया।
आप लोगों ने तो देश चलाने का दावा किया है, लेकिन आप लोगों का ना कोई हिसाब है ना कोई किताब।
ये चोट निशान छोड़ेगी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
Character, the taste of success.
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
ये सब आप इसलिए कर रहे हैं ना सर, ताकि आप अपने आरएसएस को बचा सके। वैसे भी आप आरएसएस के भोपोई तो हैं। आरएसएस का सच है मेरी थीसिस, जो सालों से छुपाया गया है। But I am going to unmask the truth.
क्लास अब शुरू होगी because the professor is here.
ये जो भी हो रहा है, ये इनजस्टिस, ये कॉन्स्पिरेसीज, ये मैनिपुलेशन, अगर आप इसको टेररिज्म नहीं कहेंगे तो फिर किसको कहेंगे? ये है मेरा आखिरी सवाल। This is my last question to you.
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
अरे ये डिबेट विबेट बाहर की सोचे विकी। डिबेट यानी विवाद, भारत विवाद नहीं, संवाद यानी कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन, इसमें भरोसा रखता है।
सच नरेट नहीं करना होता, नरेटिव को सच बनाना होता है।
जब भी भगवे के ओर कोई कालिक दिखता है तो उसी स्याही से इतिहास लिखा जाता है।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे, केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
कोई ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है, इट्स अ टेरर मशीन।
अगर हम टेररिस्ट होते तो टेररिस्ट हमें क्यों मारते?
आरएसएस ने बाबरी मस्जिद तोड़ी और आरएसएस वायलेंट है। Just say it!
वो तब गिरा जब इस देश के बहुसंख्यक समाज का विश्वास टूट गया।
आप लोगों ने तो देश चलाने का दावा किया है, लेकिन आप लोगों का ना कोई हिसाब है ना कोई किताब।
ये चोट निशान छोड़ेगी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो, मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा, आर प्योर मसाला।
Character, the taste of success.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा,
राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
Build a team. That team will create many things. It will change Kerala. It will be a new era, a new Kerala. That is our target.
In a major development in Kerala, Congress leader V.D. Satishan has been chosen as the new Chief Minister of the state after days of intense speculation by the Congress.
garlands and dhol for rape accused. Reels and roadshow for rape accused. Shameful celebration for a rape accused. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
Republic investigation on Twitter. The most obvious questions.
No details about where Samarth is right now. The culprit is actually on the loose right now. We don't know where he is.
Why police and ex-judge must answer. Debating tonight.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
Garlands and dhol for rape accused. Reels and roadshow for rape accused. Shameful celebration for a rape accused. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
Technology is no longer just changing industries, it is changing civilization itself. And that's exactly why we've created ImagineXt 2026. On the 22nd and 23rd of May, at the Geo World Convention Center in Mumbai, India's biggest technology and innovation festival comes alive. Over 2 days, ImagineXt will bring together policymakers, scientists, innovators, founders, and some of the sharpest minds that are shaping our future. From artificial intelligence, deep tech, space tech, and drones, to sustainability, health innovation, startups, and the future of India's economy. The conversations here are designed to look ahead at the next decade. We'll hear from more than 150 speakers, experience breakthrough technologies, meet disruptive startups, and engage with the people that are building the future in real time. This is not just another conference. This is a platform for people who want to imagine and build what comes next. I invite you to join us as we imagine our future. Join us at ImagineXt 2026.
Republic investigation on Twitter. The most obvious questions.
No details about where Samarth is right now. The culprit is actually on the loose right now. We don't know where he is.
Why police and ex-judge must answer. Debating tonight.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users. Co-powered by IIHM International Institute of Hotel Management.
garlands and dhol for rape accused.
No longer just changing industries, it is changing civilization itself. And that's exactly why we've created ImagineXt 2026. On the 22nd and 23rd of May, at the Geo World Convention Center in Mumbai, India's biggest technology and innovation festival comes alive. Over 2 days, ImagineXt will bring together policymakers, scientists, innovators, founders, and some of the sharpest minds that are shaping our future. From artificial intelligence, deep tech, space tech, and drones, to sustainability, health innovation, startups, and the future of India's economy. The conversations here are designed to look ahead at the next decade. We'll hear from more than 150 speakers, experience breakthrough technologies, meet disruptive startups, and engage with the people that are building the future in real time. This is not just another conference. This is a platform for people who want to imagine and build what comes next. I invite you to join us as we imagine our future. Join us at ImagineXt 2026.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, a shameful celebration of a rape accused. Unbelievable pictures come in from Ghaziabad. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, we bring you the Republic investigation in the case of Twisha Sharma. And at 9 p.m. tonight, why I believe when all other institutions fail or are seen to be failing, why it is time for a media trial. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He's still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question. And more than anyone else, I ask the right wing of this country. Very often I come on television and I say, yes, on several issues, I'm happy to be called a right-winger. But ladies and gentlemen, let me put it clearly. You cannot let a person like this man, this Sushil Prajapati, a leader of the Hindu Yuva Vahini, a local thug, a man accused of rape, you cannot celebrate his act of rape or celebrate the fact that the rapist is out on bail. If that is the message we want to send to our society, and if all the BJP leaders want to be quiet about it, I want to ask them, why are they quiet about this? Why are they quiet? In the silence of the BJP leaders, is there a tacit support to this person? Is there a feeling that anyone who wears or puts a, proclaims that he is from a so-called Hindu organization, that he will be allowed to get away with absolutely everything, including an act of rape? Is there a feeling that this man, do right-wingers feel, this man, this accused rapist is one of our own? So hence, regardless of what happens, one of our own should never be accused. It's like all those people, those radical Islamists who say that as long as the act of murder or crime of terrorism is carried out by a Muslim, it must be defended. This very thought, ladies and gentlemen, is completely unacceptable. And we need to make the point more strongly because it's not the first time this has happened. This happened in the case of Bilkis Bano. When in Gujarat, the rapists of Bilkis Bano came out, they were greeted with tikas and sweets. And it was happening openly. This was an act of defiance, a manner of saying, so what? It is a Hindu who carried out the act of rape, and hence we will celebrate him, we will forgive the person. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nobody to forgive, and the last thing we should do is celebrate rapists. This was a shameful moment then, this is a shameful moment now. Sengar was another shameful moment when some people said, oh, Sengar is from the BJP, and hence he can be seen smiling after carrying out the act of rape, and people would celebrate him and say, no, our leader can do no wrong. That was another shameful moment for the right wing. And ladies and gentlemen, Jayant Sinha, remember, son of Yashwant Sinha, stood there, ladies and gentlemen, and garlanded people accused of lynching. And he had come to my studio and I had told him, Jayant, I think you should be ashamed of what you've done. Because for all the good you will do in your political career, this moment will be the black spot on your career. And therefore, my point is to those who call themselves right-wingers. You cannot be right-wingers, say you're fighting for the right and be supporting lynchers and rapists at the same time. You cannot have this attitude that if you are pro-Hindu, then if someone who is a Hindu or from a Hindu organization commits the most ghastly crime, you will say it's all right because he claims membership of a Hindu organization. Why doesn't the Hindu Yuva Vahini sack and throw out Sushil Prajapati? Why can't they take a stand on issues such as this? Food for thought. Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen, not just for the people who are doing this, but for all of us. Let's debate.
A hero's welcome for rape accused. Sushil Prajapati was a former city president of a local Hindu Yuva Vahini unit, was accused of raping a law student in Ghaziabad. Let's take a look again. Dhols. Supporters hoisting him on their shoulders. A full extravaganza for a rape accused. This shameful celebration of a rape accused is drawing sharp criticism. This draws parallel to a case from 2018 when former Union Minister and BJP leader Jayant Sinha was seen welcoming lynching convicts. These 8 peoples were convicted in a murder by lynching case. Not just that, in 2022, we saw sweets being distributed upon the release for convicts of Bilkis Bano's rape and family's murder. A disturbing pattern, time and again, accused in horrific crimes being welcomed with celebration. This begs the question, what's with the society and where are the social checks?
I'm quite surprised with the BJP. I'm surprised with the right wing. I must tell you, Manish Baria, why is the BJP quiet on this? Why is the right wing quiet on this? This man is accused of rape. He happens to be a local Hindu Yuva Vahini leader. If he was from a Muslim organization and he was accused of rape, then you would be out on the streets, the BJP would be tweeting about it. But there is a feeling that because he claims to be from the Hindu Yuva Vahini, he should be carried on his shoulders, garlanded, celebrated that here you are, see, you raped a woman, nothing happened to you. You raped a young girl who was studying law, and we are here to celebrate the act of rape. You drugged the drink of this young girl and you sexually assaulted her, she was also somebody's daughter. But because he's a Hindu Yuva Vahini leader, you put him on his shoulders, on your shoulders, you pull out the drums, you celebrate the act of rape as if nothing happened, right? And now if I ask any questions, you will say, oh, he's on bail, he's not accused, but then I'll say, he's not been declared innocent yet. What is there to celebrate?
Good evening to you. Good evening to my co-panelist and to the viewers. It's a very reprehensible thing, not a good optics at all. But then let's take up a few of the facts. On August 8, the crime was committed. On August 11, that guy was arrested. And he has nothing to do with BJP. He has nothing to do with any Hindu organization. And you were asking about, was it sacked? I think it was sacked from that Hindu Vahini Morcha or whatever you say. So BJP has nothing to do with it. So, there's no question of any support. It's a very low kind of an act, whoever has done this, because the case is still under, investigation. So who would support such kind of reprehensible things? So, nobody can do that and nobody should justify.
No, but why was he carried? Point is not that. See, you have to take a stand. BJP must take a stand.
Why should BJP take a stand?
BJP must take a stand because
BJP is always to put them inside jail. It is the BJP would put him inside jail.
Is this Hindu Yuva Vahini not the same organization which has been started by Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath? So
that was then, and a lot of water has flowed down. He has nothing to do with that organization.
He may have nothing to do, but since the organization is associated with his name, and therefore, there will be a feeling that you'll have bulldozers for people who carry out crimes against women in certain cases. But if this person happens to be from Hindu Yuva Vahini, you will allow him to be celebrated on the roads. A slap in the face of all the women of Uttar Pradesh. 1 minute, please. Major Ashish Chaturvedi of the Samajwadi Party, please. Though you come from a party which says, ladke ladke hai, galtiyan ho jati hai, which means boys can be allowed an occasional rape. Boys can occasionally be allowed to rape a woman, because this is the comment that came from Mulayam Singh Yadav. Yes, please, because Ashish.
Arnab, firstly, I would like to congratulate you and your channel for taking up this issue, because most of the channels have just skipped it. So I think you deserve that at least you have raised this valid point and valid concern. As far as this incident goes, I don't think this is the first time that such a thing has happened. There have been many incidents where people involved from BJP were accused of rape, and when they were released on bail, they were all celebrated like this. Take, for instance, in Varanasi, where a BHU student was raped by 3 IT cell members of the BJP, and how they were celebrated by BJP MLAs, cake cutting, garlanding. We saw that. Now, in a country where every 18 minutes there is a rape in this country, these are the statistics, these are the official statistics, and these are the official statistics. The unofficial data must be even higher than this. Every 18 minutes, by the time we finish this debate, there will be 2 women who would have been raped by the time we finish this debate. So why is that happening? It is happening solely because of this reason. Because somewhere people have got into this mode that yes, if you're from the ruling party and if you're belonging to a certain sector of the society, you can get away with it because it is happening. It is not just their thought. We can actually see it happening. Now, everyone, irrespective of which political party do you support or you belong to, when such incidents happen, please don't keep mum over it.
Yeah, don't keep mum.
What irony, Arnab. What an irony. I'm glad that he's speaking like that. But then, the party that has had the maximum number of crimes and rapes under their regime is what is the party preaching. But at least that's a welcome change. At least he's preaching and not practicing. Obviously, we know when the government comes, then what kind of riots they actually do it and what kind of gundagardi they do within the state. But yes, that's a welcome change in the narrative. That at least in front of the camera, they are preaching what they have never practiced. But having said that, it is in the DNA of Samajwadi Party to be anti-women. what happened in reservation bill? Right from beginning, they have been blocking that. So please stop lecture on women. Right? Look at the track record of BJP on this. And what this government has done. Now your bones are trembling in UP.
No. The point is, viewers. The point is, one minute. You see. May I come in? And Susiben Shah is from the Shiv Sena, and Akhil Swami is there. Pratibha Prahlad are there. You remember Bilkis Bano? She was raped. And there were convicts, not even accused, they were not on trial. Right? And 11 men gang raped a pregnant woman called Bilkis Bano. And they murdered 7 members of her family. These are people who have murdered 7 people, and together these 11 men have gang raped a pregnant woman. And when they were released, these people come out there and women are giving them tikas, blessing them. Hindu organizations are celebrating. What are they celebrating? Susi Ben, that all of you together raped one pregnant woman, well done, because she's a Muslim. I mean, I don't understand this logic. This is ghastly, and we have become blind out here. There are some extreme right-wingers in our country who say it's good. If you do this, it's good. I say it's not good. You are cowards if you can't call this out. You are cowards, you are villains. You are villains and cowards if you don't call this out. And yes, please.
I would like to tell you this. Thank you for having me on your show. And it's always a pleasure to be on your show and start a debate with some thinking, some spanking to the SP. Now, what is Mr. I forget his name, talking about?
Ashish Chaturvedi of the Samajwadi Party.
The Ashish Bhai is here. Should I remind him about Manoj Yadav? Should I remind him about Ganpati Yadav, one more person? So many people of SP who have celebrated their bail. So let's not go there. But I'm here, Arnab, today as a former chairperson of Maharashtra Women's Commission. And I think this is not the place, this is not the way any bail should be celebrated. Bail is a judicial right given under the Constitution. But let it be heard loud and clear that it is not acquittal. It is certainly not acquittal. It is a right given by the Constitution and enjoying it. And in such sensitive matter, celebration is completely out of place. And the party that I belong to, our Pramukh Neta Eknath Rauji Shinde, who's the DCM of Maharashtra, stands for the...
But why has your ally, the BJP, remained quiet on it?
The BJP should answer. As far as Shiv Sena is concerned, we are committed to dignity of women. We should walk the talk. We talk about safety, security, and along with our Pramukh Neta Eknath Rauji Shinde.
No, the worry is, and Pratibha and Akhil, I want to get, the worry is that there is a feeling that if it is from a Hindu organization, if he has any affiliate membership of any Hindu body, not that this is a political party, Hindu Vahini, it's not a Yuva Vahini, not a political party, but it's all right. The charge must be false. It is like Asaduddin Owaisi saying that if a Muslim is accused of terrorism, it must be false because he's a Muslim. Pratibha Prahlad and then Akhil Swami on this very important debate. Pratibha.
Arnav, when murderers and rapists are greeted like heroes, a society betrays its own conscience. This is not about right or left or about Samajwadi Party or BJP or Congress. This is about humanity. I mean, these people who violently destroy human lives and shatter human dignity cannot be celebrated as heroes. It's nauseous. I mean, I feel nauseous even seeing this. And I want to tell you that there are so many such organizations, the small Hindu organizations that have mushroomed across our country. And it's not just the Hindu organizations, there are Muslim organizations also. And like I state, that this is not about any religion, whether it's not about being a Muslim or a Hindu or being a pro-BJP or an anti-Samajwadi party. This is about the dignity of human life. It's about women, it's about violence, it's about criminals and murderers and rapists who should be condemned by all right-thinking people.
No, but right, all this is good, but I want to know why two men accused of gang raping a BHU student in 2023, right, who were allegedly from the IT cell of the BJP, were similarly welcomed with garlands after receiving bail from the Allahabad High Court. See, I am a great critic of Akhilesh, but is he wrong when he says the BJP should clarify whether they have been given special exemption? You know, Sushi Ben,
whether Manoj Yadav, whether it be Moin Ahmed, whether it be Nawab Singh.
I am not going. See, I'll take 1 minute, just 1 minute. Sushi Ben, does the religion of the rapist give them exemption?
It should be treated as such. See, there is a legal jurisprudence is that you are innocent till proven guilty. Yes, but in some cases, sensitivity should be, yes, what are you doing like this? Mr. I forget your name, my friend. I'll call you whatever you are, but I forget your name. But what is like this? Where is the sensitivity shown by SP? I've given you
Ashish Chaturvedi.
You might forget my name, it is immaterial. You are forgetting how many times your people have garlanded the rapist.
1 minute.
Not only the mother, but the wife,
the problem is this only, because you are defending
I feel what happens is if a political ally of the Congress were to do this, you see, many things the Samajwadi Party did, Ashish, when Congress was in power, and it was said because the Congress is in power, so Mulayam can say, ladke hain, galti ho ja sakti. Nobody should say, Manish, that because the BJP is in power, a Hindu Yuva Vahini fellow can be carried on his shoulders, क्योंकि दिखाना है कि हमारी चलती है, आपकी नहीं चलती है. I say arrest him again. Arrest him again. Arrest Sushil. Deny him bail. Arrest him again. Arrest Sushil Prajapati again.
Arrested by this government.
No, arrest him again.
Should be.
Give him the bulldozer treatment.
Right. This is not right. But do not insinuate anything related to BJP, because BJP is nothing. In fact,
I know
BJP
he is not a member of the
BJP,
BJP, but BJP must put this fellow in jail again. BJP should set an example, Manish, and Akhil is on the debate, Akhil, and put him in jail so he doesn't dare to try and celebrate his act of rape again. Akhil Swami, Akhil. Akhil Swami, please. Let me get Akhil in.
Why this guy? Everyone is being put in jail. And that's the kind of law and order that is there in UP.
Let me get Akhil in. Akhil.
Also, we cannot decide here sitting on a debate.
See, the basic characteristic to get promoted in BJP is that either person should be economic offender, a criminal or a rapist. Sanjay Bandi's son, Minister of State of Home, his son is in jail in Telangana. Mr. S.D. Devegowda's grandson, for whom Mr. Modi went to converse, he was imprisoned because he had videos of 2,000 people. Braj Bhushan Sharan Singh's son is member of parliament, and Ramesh Bidhuri was promoted. Gonlal Thakal was in BJP.
In that case,
that
then I can take the name of Jagdish Titler. You need to be a killer to really go up as far as
the Bengal Chief Minister. Bengal Chief Minister is the first Chief Minister in the entire history of India who was taking bribe. He was caught taking bribe. He is the Chief Minister of Bengal.
One example, two examples,
he is Chief Minister of Assam.
I don't think that's the kind of argument anybody looks from a person like you.
The basic characteristic required in BJP to get promoted, the person should be a criminal,
don't speak rubbish.
Rapist or a
what kind of rubbish you are speaking? Right, you would take one example, so I can give you 100 examples of rapists and murderers who are in Congress. Then by association, then everything is bad about Congress. And that's why Congress is in the position they are.
Navana का नाम लीजिए, शुभेंदु अधिकारी का नाम लीजिए,
नाम क्या लेना है? नाम तो मैं 1000 ले लूं।
शर्मा का नाम लीजिए, ब्रजभूषण शरण सिंह का नाम लीजिए, सेंगर का नाम लीजिए। अरे बीजेपी में जरूरी है कि आप रेपिस्ट हो?
So आप नाम ही लेते रह
to
जाएंगे, you
get
have nothing
promoted is
substantial to
required
really
that
talk.
you may be a rapist.
Right,
और
talk on this issue.
अजीत पवार
At
का
least
नाम
you can
लीजिए,
condemn.
अजीत पवार
Right,
का नाम
I'm
लीजिए,
completely out here and
अशोक
condemning
चौहान
that
का नाम
incident.
लीजिए.
But 1,000
आपके यहाँ
incidents have
सब
happened during
economic
Congress.
offenders हैं,
And
जो
that's why
washing
Congress
machine
is
में
in
धुल
that
के आए
position.
हैं.
Because
Everybody
you
who
cannot
is
speak.
holding senior position BJP.
No, Manish,
is a
Manish,
offender
Manish,
or a
Manish,
rapist.
out of this
Manish,
studio.
I want you to look at this, Manish, I want you to look at this from the point of view of the family members of the girl who has been raped by the Hindu Yuva Vahini leader. Right?
A criminal, you would say.
But now they are seeing that in Uttar Pradesh, ruled by BJP, in Bharat, ruled by BJP, a rapist, alleged rapist, just because he claims to be a student leader associated with an extreme right, gets away and is garlanded.
So he was sacked
So then, I want the bulldozer approach for this also. Where is the bulldozer now? Where is the bulldozer now?
I do not know about the bulldozer,
Manish.
but he was in jail, and that's more important. As per the law, within 3 days he was in jail.
Why not bulldozer? Why not bulldozer? Why not
You
bulldozer?
are not going to decide who's going to get the bulldozer,
Why not?
right?
Why
It is a
गुंडागर्दी
prerogative
है
of the
BJP
government, and
ये
that is
गुंडागर्दी है
what we
BJP
decide. But
ये
it's not
गुंडागर्दी
tit
है.
for tat. In that case, a lot of you should be in jail then by that standard, isn't it? So it's not larger issue is not that. Is he a criminal?
Okay, viewers.
Was he in
संजय
jail?
पंडित से
And I
रिजाइन
think
क्यों
he was
नहीं
in
लिया?
jail.
रिजिग्नेशन
And that
क्यों
is
नहीं
more
लिया
important.
संजय पंडित से?
Well,
संजय पंडित से रिजिग्नेशन क्यों नहीं लिया?
Was he given a favor treatment?
As this happens, let me
लिया
put the breaking news in.
जिसने 5 किसानों को कुचल दिया था.
Let me share the breaking news here. Another big story today that the Home Ministry has notified the CAA rules. Big story today, which means that anyone applying here will have to disclose their Pakistani, Afghan or Bangladeshi passports, submit an undertaking to surrender the passports after being granted Indian citizenship. It's a big news story of the day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm moving away from debate 1. I thank my panelists there. Very important issue. And as I move to debate number 2 this evening, viewers, as I move to debate number 2, I wish to say this, that very often I am told that you are doing a media trial. And I know the honorable judges of various courts are very uncomfortable with the fact that we raise issues which they believe should be raised only in courts. Firstly, I disagree with them. There is nothing which says that cases like Twisha Sharma or Aravali should only be debated in courts. Show me a part of the Constitution which prohibits us from debating these matters. Secondly, can you say these matters are sub judice, so we should not speak? I have CCTV footage to show that there was an ex-judge who's the mother-in-law, cold-hearted woman, walked away when her daughter-in-law's body was being brought down by her own son. An open attempt at concealing evidence. This former judge, Giribala Singh, unaffected, walks away. Her daughter-in-law died. Her son is the main accused. He's absconding. She's name-calling the victim even today. And she says to Republic, I won't talk to you because you asked too many questions. I'd like to tell the ex-judge, it is time people asked individuals like you some really tough questions. It is time that we ask why you are not in jail yourself. Deal with it. We are the independent media of this country. You may be an ex-judge. Right now, the scrutiny is on you in the case of Twisha Sharma. And we, at least Republic, we're not backing off because we feel injustice was done. And this 33-year-old did not commit suicide. She was killed. Let's debate.
A CCTV footage that shows Twisha's deceased body being carried in the most undignified manner. On the side, her mother-in-law, a former judge, walking unaffected as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, the son, Samarth Singh, is on the run.
Why are we not asking where is Samaj Singh? Why is he absconding?
A lookout notice has been issued against him and an interstate search is on.
When we're talking about what Miss Girbala has been maintaining apart from Samarth nowhere being found, is that he is going to fully cooperate with this investigation. How is he going to do that, given that he is not present here, is still a very huge question.
The death happened in Bhopal at Twisha's in-laws' home, but they were not the first to call the cops.
The first call that was made to the police was made by us, not them. And they claimed that they were in a hurry trying to save her. The video that has resurfaced clearly shows Girbala Singh moving in a very calm fashion, walking up and down the stairs, had all the time in the world, having all the knowledge of the judiciary. She had all the access and the ability to call the police, which was exactly 30 seconds away from her home.
It took the police 4 days to file an FIR and 7 to spring into action.
हम यहाँ पे कोर्ट के जो अंदर होना है, जो फाइनल डिसीजन होना है, उसके जजमेंट पास करने नहीं आए हैं. We are here to question the process. A non-threat is sending people to threaten my family, telling them कि हम तुम्हें 30 आदमियों से पिटवा देंगे. A 60-year-old threatening a 61-year-old. How is that justified?
Twisha's WhatsApp chats show the build-up of distress. Her family is up against a well-calculated cover-up for an ex-judge and her lawyer's son. Multiple procedural lapses have come to fore. The presence of Madhya Pradesh's Lokayukt at the post-mortem site, for example.
साक्ष्यों को छेड़छाड़ कर सकती हैं. पुलिस ने अपनी दलील में माना है कि ये लोग बहुत प्रभावशाली हैं और ये साक्ष्यों से छेड़छाड़ कर सकते हैं, इनको बेल ना प्रदान की जाए. तो एक अक्यूज्ड जो भागा हुआ है, जिसको भगाया गया है, इन्हीं की संरक्षण में है, और दूसरा अक्यूज जो छोड़ करके मीडिया में अब ब्लेम गेम खेल रहा है, सारी चरित्र हनन कर रहा है, मृतका का चरित्र हनन कर रहा है, ये स्वयं में बहुत बड़ा अपराध.
And then the belt that cops claimed was used for the hanging, but not sent for examination. Even if this case is of a suicide, the question is on abetment. The question is directly on civil administration, the police force, and the lapses and the delays. Republic asks, who is accountable for the casual investigation? And who's trying to shield the influentials?
Ladies and gentlemen, this case is getting interest from people all over the country. And people are saying, don't let go. If you let go, अगर आप इस केस को छोड़ देंगे, अगर रिपब्लिक इस इशू को छोड़ देगा, तो ये इतने पावरफुल लोग हैं locally कि इसको दबा देंगे. I am joined by Anurag Srivastav, who's Trisha's lawyer. Ashish Sharma, who's Twisha Sharma's cousin, live from Bhopal. And I have Lalita Kumaramangalam with us, who's been chairperson of the National Commission for Women, and Professor Dinesh Rao, who's a fantastic forensic expert. What is the status of the case now? This mother-in-law, Anurag.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law obviously is accused.
Yes, of course, she is an accused. She is.
Why has she not been arrested?
Actually, she applied for the anticipatory bail. On the very third day, she got an anticipatory bail from the Sessions Court, Bhopal. So she is getting that protection and has not been arrested.
No, application means what? Now I have got footage. Now there is footage of her in CCTV where she's standing as her son is bringing the body down. So she's party to the crime. So the case should change now. Now the police should go to her house and put her in custodial custody and ask for police custody.
The thing is that the CCTV footage is either applicable to the investigation agency, the SIT created, or to the to Giribala Singh and her son who were in the house. Now the CCTV footage which has come up has been floated by Giribala Singh himself in one of her press conferences. And there are many
in what way did she put it in her own press conference?
She did a press conference yesterday. Actually, I was busy with the court opposing the bail application of Samarth. And in the meantime,
why did she put a CCTV in which she's shown next to the body?
Yeah, the same CCTV has been floated where the body is being brought from upstairs and she is roaming about the stairs.
So what did she say? What did she say? What did she say? Why is she next to the body?
Their explanation is that we are bringing the body from the third floor and we are giving CPR on the stairs, then on the lower floor. So that is their explanation. They try to explain that CPR was being administered to her when she was being brought down.
Just one. It's a crime scene. Yeah. Let's put it simply here, right? Lalita, you are a lawyer. This is clearly a crime scene. The ex-judge is seen, she's the mother-in-law, she's seen walking past as the body is being brought down. If she dies, even, I don't think it's suicide, but even if it were to be suicide, you do not tamper with the scene of the incident, do you? I mean, there's basic brains this judge should have.
It's not just basic brains, given the fact that she was a judge. If she tampered with the evidence, if she tampered with what she very well knew is the evidence. This is not some, what we call Ariyadavanga and Tamil. That is not somebody who doesn't know exactly how procedures go in such matters. If she has tampered with it, then it's 100% clear that she's tampered with it deliberately, because it is tampering. It's not doing it by mistake. And it's ridiculous for somebody to say we are doing CPR on the stairs. If you've taken the body down after you found her hanging and she was deceased, you do CPR right there. You waste time bringing the body down. All this is just nonsense.
Is it possible?
All this is just trying to divert attention.
Is it possible that because she's a judge, is it possible she's the mastermind here? She wants to protect her son, who is absconding.
It's more than possible. It's more than possible. And it doesn't matter if she's an accessory or she actually was there, but it was done. They're guilty, full stop. And it's very difficult for anybody to believe that the girl did this to herself.
You know, they have disturbed Yashovardhan Azad, former Special Director, Intelligence Bureau, Secretary Security for the Government of India. The judge has tampered the crime scene. Why is CPR given on the staircase in clear view of the CCTV rather than at the scene of the accident? If she has died or committed suicide, then you give her CPR there. You don't bring her body down in a way so that it can be captured on CCTV, show that you are giving CPR, unless some mastermind has planned this, that you bring the body down and then pretend you are giving CPR. And why did these idiots carry her dead corpse to the hospital instead of calling the police or an ambulance? The first thing you do is you call a police or an ambulance. These idiots.
I beg to differ. They're not idiots.
No, they're not idiots. These criminals. Why did they bring her body down? This makes it very suspect, Yashovardhanji.
Well, as you're saying, the basic tenets of CPR are that you give this kind of a treatment immediately, urgently, on the spot. That's number one.
Yeah.
So it's very suspicious why the body was, dragged down to the stairs or anywhere else. And the second thing is immediately, the first thing which comes to your mind at a time like this is the golden hour. Immediately you call for an ambulance so that, the paramedics come and give the immediate treatment. So obviously this delay in the golden hour obviously means that something's fishy. And the other thing I find it very strange, Arnab, is that you give a press conference and you're trying to, hide so many things. This is amazing. I don't understand.
Yashovardhanji, the most shocking part of this case is, it takes 3 days for the police to lodge the FIR. Ashish Sharma is with us. Ashish, your Twisha's cousin. It takes 3 days for the police to lodge the FIR. The FIR is finally lodged at 2:30 a.m. on 15th of May, the day the ex-judge mother-in-law gets anticipatory bail. And then the police gives enough window, she gets anticipatory bail and her son disappears. Her son goes absconding. So somebody, if she's been murdered, Ashish has planned out what to do to save themselves. Ashish.
Sir, it's true that they took 3 days for getting their FIR registered, but it is something that is not known to the whole world. What during these 3 days the family went through, from one thana to another thana, from one office to another office, from one authority to another authority, we were being made to run. I do not understand their terminology. हम मर्ग फाइल करेंगे, उसके बाद देखेंगे, इन्वेस्टिगेशन करेंगे, 30 से 45 दिन लगता है, फिर देखेंगे FIR के लायक ये केस है या नहीं है. What kind of blatant abuse of power is this, Arnab sir? I will tell you how Tusha was killed. Sir, Tusha was killed twice while she was alive, and the second time in her death. And not only Tusha has been killed, her family's hope are being killed every day. Sir, you remember the last day when you urged the Honorable Chief Minister of this state to meet the family. So forget meeting the family, it is now 24 hours exactly. There has not been a single call. Sir, अंधा कानून नहीं है, इंसानियत भी नहीं है यहाँ पर. Sir, do you believe that there are 2 accused? I totally doubt this. It's a entire set of people who are covering each other's back, obliging for favors which they have exchanged or which they would continue to exchange. The political, the power is abused for denying justice to a girl. This is what is happening here, sir. This is really, sir, the ordeal is not ending. The entire country is knowing, but nothing is being done. When I went to the commissioner, he says, okay, we agree that we will conduct a postmortem. The next day he denies, go to the court. मैं कोर्ट के पास जाता हूं, कहते हैं कि अब कल आना. Sir, every hour is important to us for 2 reasons. The evidence should not be lost.
I would like to ask Mohan Yadav. You know, Mr. Chief Minister Mohan Yadav, if you're watching my program tonight or someone sends you this clip, what are you doing? What you have gone, Mohan Yadav has time to go to Davos. He took a whole delegation when he went to Davos, by the way, right, to sell the story of investing in Madhya Pradesh. Does this make you feel like that there is any law and order in Madhya Pradesh? Apparently, he's had a meeting with people in corporations recently and he said, stay away from controversy. Stay away from controversy. And I want to tell you, Mr. Chief Minister, you cannot stay away from controversy because you are in the middle of a controversy. You're being heartless by not even meeting Twisha's family, by making them feel so unwanted. But I want to tell you one thing, Ashish, I don't care about these politicians. The Republic Media Network is with you, we'll fight for you, we'll keep embarrassing these people, because remember, only after embarrassment do they register. You know something, Ashish? The FIR was only registered after media pressure.
Yes, sir.
After protest. And then these people tell me, why do you shout so much? Because in this country, you don't shout, you'll be treated like garbage. Like garbage. And I want this Lokayukt to come out and tell us, does he reject or accept the allegations of the family, the father of Twisha, that he sent his Inspector General to the hospital before the postmortem? If he says, I did not, then you must say, I did not. If he did, he did. Now, Dinesh Rao is the forensic expert. He's live from Jammu. You have heard enough about this case. As a forensic expert, what do you see? Professor Rao.
Yeah. Arnab, what I see is going with the photographs, I see some 2 oval contused abrasion marks on the midline of the neck, which is definitely unusual. What we find in cases of hanging.
One minute. Can I have the ligature marks on screen? 1 minute. Can I have the ligature marks on screen? Please pay attention. The forensic expert will explain this. Yes, Professor, please go ahead. We're showing the visuals.
Yes. If you can observe the ligature marks, see, especially in the center of the neck, I think I think if they go in the center of the neck, we see 2 oval marks, not the other one. Yeah, the other side, please. Other side. So you see 2 oval shape marks, the round shape marks. So which is above the actual imprint abrasions, above the ligature marks. So this is something unusual. That is in the midline of the neck. I'm just pointing it at here. 2 spots are there. And beside this, yeah, that is in this particular report. Yeah. So, and beside this, even on the report, the preliminary report, the doctor has very well indicated that there are blunt force injuries.
Audio. Can we get him back? We just lost a bit. We are going to be patient. He's describing something very important, ladies and gentlemen. He's hinting at...
All these things are definitely deviating from the so-called their theory of self-suspension. But because, see, I have seen thousands of cases, but we have not seen such type of injuries which are not by the ligature marks. So this is something need to be investigated.
Can I put it in simple? Are you saying that she was strangulated?
It's not strangulation marks. They definitely she has been battered or she has been assaulted.
No, but why are there so many marks around the neck?
The presence of blunt injuries other than the ligature marks very clearly demonstrated she has been assaulted or she has been battered during or after or immediately before the act or during the act. Definitely she has been assaulted or battered or she has been restrained. The possibility of restraint cannot be ruled out.
So, as a policeman, Yashovardhan Azad, who are the people, if you were in charge, if you were the investigating officer or the supervisor to the investigating officer, who would you first put under interrogation or custody in a case like this? A. B. If those people had been influential people, senior advocates and ex-judges, what would your action have been?
I would have immediately arrested the most influential person, that is the judge. You see, the forensic report is the most critical report, as the gentleman said before me. If the ligature mark does not really establish the mark of a suicide or other injuries, which means that the victim has suffered injuries before, then obviously a case is made out either for strangulation or being beaten up very badly.
Okay, I have with me tonight, very privileged to have Justice Gyan Sudha Mishra. All of us know her as one of the most eminent former judges of the Supreme Court of India. Now, in this case, first of all, thank you for joining us, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
In this case, the mother-in-law, who is a former judge, right? She is seen coming down the stairs and she sees her son. Ma'am, can you just come in front of the camera because I'm missing your shot. She is seen, thank you so much. She is seen walking away as the body is being brought down by her son and 2 other accomplices. And the country is in a rage because the judge, who's obviously therefore an accomplice to the crime, has been given bail, anticipatory bail. What are your thoughts, ma'am, in this case?
Anticipatory bail, of course, is not absolving the accused from the crime. So that, of course, it's for the appellate court to judge whether that was justified or not. It's not appropriate for me as a former judge of the Supreme Court to express my personal view on the merit of the grant of bail. But so far as the crime and the involvement of the accused persons are concerned, I am slightly deviating from what you are saying, that the onus is generally on the accused the onus should be left on the accused to prove and establish under what circumstances the case happened, and under no circumstance, whether it is a suicide or it is a killing, should be the ultimate result of any bickering between a couple and the family.
No, but ma'am, the question is not that. The question is, again, there is an ex-judge. And this is the uncomfortable fact in this. And the people of the country are very angry very angry that because she's an ex-judge, she's sitting in a chamber, she has law books behind her, she tries to speak even now from a position of tremendous authority. She continues to abuse her daughter-in-law, call her names, call her schizophrenic, drug addict, and but she doesn't explain why she was part of the process of moving a body away from the crime scene while being a live witness to this tampering of evidence.
That, of course, is highly, highly obnoxious and very unbecoming of a judge, especially of a trial court judge who has been conducting trial as a district judge, to have even touched the body when she witnessed such incident. She ought to have lodged, she ought to have called the police right away, and whatever was to be done had to be done by the police and not by the members of the family. But behind it, what exactly is the defense? Whether because as what I learned from the media is that they were trying to give her a PPR and they wanted to give her first aid. So of course they will have to explain.
Well,
as the fact as it stands, it's highly, highly obnoxious and illegal for the judge or even no judge to have tempered with.
Precisely. Justice Gyansudha Mishra, thank you very much. This is one of those cases, viewers, where justice must be seen to be done. It's terrible what's going on. On the other side tonight, I'll take a slightly unconventional line. I will argue, with all the conviction at my command, why in cases like this, it is time for a media trial, and why a media trial is needed for the truth.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है।
भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम।
मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है।
Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arvind.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
कोई ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है, इट्स अ टेरर मशीन।
अगर हम टेररिस्ट होते तो टेररिस्ट हमें क्यों मारते?
आरएसएस ने बाबरी मस्जिद तोड़ी और आरएसएस वायलेंट है।
वो तब गिरा जब इस देश के बहुसंख्यक समाज का विश्वास टूट गया।
आप लोगों ने तो देश चलाने का दावा किया है, लेकिन आप लोगों का ना कोई हिसाब है, ना कोई किताब।
ये चोट निशान छोड़ेगी।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये सब आप इसलिए कर रहे हैं ना सर, ताकि आप अपने आरएसएस को बचा सके। वैसे भी आप आरएसएस के बोपोई तो हैं। आरएसएस का सच है मेरी थीसिस, जो सालों से छुपाया गया है। But I am going to unmask the truth.
क्लास अब शुरू होगी, because the professor is here.
ये जो भी हो रहा है, ये injustice, ये conspiracies, ये manipulation, अगर आप इसको terrorism नहीं कहेंगे, तो फिर किसको कहेंगे? ये है मेरा आखिरी सवाल. This is my last question to you.
Join International Institute of Hotel Management. Call 983-10-50,000.
अरे ये डिबेट बाहर की सोचे विकी। डिबेट यानी विवाद, भारत विवाद नहीं, संवाद यानी कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन, इसमें भरोसा रखता है।
सच नरेट नहीं करना होता, नरेटिव को सच बनाना होता है।
जब भी भगवे के ओर कोई कालिक दिखता है, तो उसी स्याही से इतिहास लिखा जाता है।
A team
That team will create many things. It will change Kerala. It will be a new era, a new Kerala. That is our target.
In a major development in Kerala, Congress leader V.D. Satishan has been chosen as the new Chief Minister of the state. After days of intense speculation by the Congress High Command, V.D. Satishan has finally emerged as the face of the new government.
Accordingly, the Congress President has held extensive discussions with the chairperson of the Congress Parliamentary Party, leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, the AICC observers who had met with the newly elected MLAs on May 7th, 2026, and many other leaders from the state, including MPs, former PCC presidents, have also been consulted. Based on all these discussions, it has been decided that Shri V.D. Satishan be appointed as the leader of the CLP.
A veteran politician and a 5-time MLA of the Paruvur Ernakulam district, V.D. Satishan is no stranger to Kerala's political scenes. Known for his sharp debating skills and strong organizational abilities, Satishan has steadily risen through the ranks over the last 3 decades.
The Honorable High Command has made a very vibrant choice in announcing the Chief Minister of Kerala. For the past 5 years, as the opposition leader of Kerala, Sri V.D. Satishan, have led the battle and attained the
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है।
भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, anybody can dream।
मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। Breathable fabrics, awesome comfort, effortless style, AD from the house of Arnab।
कोई ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है, it's a terror machine।
अगर हम टेररिस्ट होते तो टेररिस्ट हमें क्यों मारते?
आरएसएस ने बाबरी मस्जिद तोड़ी और आरएसएस वायलेंट है। Just say it!
वो तब गिरा जब इस देश के बहुसंख्यक समाज का विश्वास टूट गया।
आप लोगों ने तो देश चलाने का दावा किया है, लेकिन आप लोगों का ना कोई हिसाब है, ना कोई किताब।
ये चोट निशान छोड़ेगी।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये सब आप इसलिए कर रहे हैं ना सर, ताकि आप अपने आरएसएस को बचा सके। वैसे भी आप आरएसएस के बोपोई तो हैं। आरएसएस का सच है मेरी थीसिस, जो सालों से छुपाया गया है। But I am going to unmask the truth.
क्लास अब शुरू होगी, because the professor is here।
ये जो भी हो रहा है, ये इनजस्टिस, ये कॉन्स्पिरेसीज, ये मैनिपुलेशन, अगर आप इसको टेररिज्म नहीं कहेंगे तो फिर किसको कहेंगे? ये है मेरा आखिरी सवाल। This is my last question to you।
Character, the taste of success।
अरे ये डिबेट विबेट बाहर की सोच है विकी। डिबेट यानी विवाद, भारत विवाद नहीं, संवाद यानी कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन, इसमें भरोसा लगता है।
सच नरेट नहीं करना होता, नरेटिव को सच बनाना होता है।
जब भी भगवे के ओर कोई कालिक दिखता है तो उसी स्याही से इतिहास लिखा जाता है।
Build a team. That team will create many things. It will change Kerala. It will be a new era, a new Kerala. That is our target.
In a major development in Kerala, Congress leader V.D. Satishan has been chosen as the new Chief Minister of the state. After days of intense speculation by the Congress High Command, V.D. Satishan has finally emerged as the face of the new government.
Accordingly, the Congress President has held extensive discussions with the chairperson of the Congress Parliamentary Party, leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, the AICC observers who had met with the newly elected MLAs on May 7th, 2026, and many other leaders from the state, including MPs, former PCC presidents, have also been consulted.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
In fact, very often I believe the only way to get justice in India is a media trial. So there's no reason for the media, if it's doing a good job of a media trial, to be on the back foot. In fact, the courts should stop making these overarching remarks about media trial and contemplate about one very basic thing. With the greatest of respect to the courts, when the other institutions fail, when people get let down by the system, when even the judiciary does not seem to be listening or raising a noise about issues, like in the case of Twisha Sharma, who does the public look to for justice, for raising their voice, for bringing something that's utterly false, illegal or wrong to public attention? It is only and only the media. And today, therefore, we are doing a media trial in this specific case, ladies and gentlemen, of Twisha Sharma, the 33-year-old daughter-in-law of an ex-judge, in a case where the ex-judge and the ex-judge's advocate's son appear to be more than involved. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 questions tonight. And if they think it's a media trial, so be it. So be it. Why did the ex-judge in the case of Twisha Sharma, neither she nor her son call a police or an ambulance? What took them 57 minutes to bring the body down? Where are the 3 men who are seen in the video dragging Twisha's body, destroying evidence? What was the police doing? Did they question the house staff? Did they question the judge? Was Twisha carrying headphones in her bag, in her hand, or a rope? Where is it now? Where is that so-called belt that cops claim was used by her to commit suicide? Why was it hidden? The mother-in-law, the ex-judge, walks up calmly while the body is being dragged down and evidence is being destroyed before the judge's eyes. Is that normal? Why don't the judges raise a hue and cry about it? Why don't the appellate courts take up this case suo motu? So people don't start believing that when an ex-judge is concerned, the victim will never get justice. Ladies and gentlemen, what was the ex-judge carrying in her hand when she went down? Where is all the CCTV footage? Did the police collect it? Why did the ex-judge's son, Samarth Singh, escape after bringing the body of his wife to AIIMS? Is it true that the ex-judge's son's medical examination was not conducted? The police station is right behind the ex-judge's Giribala's house. Why was no call made? Why did it take 5 days to file an FIR in the case? Who stalled it? Why was the victim's family attacked in court if there's nothing to hide? And did a very senior police officer go to AIIMS that night to try and fudge the post-mortem report? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm asking these questions. Now I ask you, am I right or wrong in asking these questions? And if I don't, who will? Will the government of Madhya Pradesh raise these questions? The Chief Minister doesn't have 30 seconds to meet the victim's family. Will the higher courts of the country raise these questions? So far, I have not seen this case being picked up by the appellate courts, though we are screaming and shouting about it. So I say tonight, what happens when other institutions fail? And if we do a media trial, should we be celebrated and supported for doing so? Ladies and gentlemen, was Aravali a media trial? Yes, it was. It was. Thank God for that. Thank God for that media trial which stopped the Aravalis from being destroyed. Was the Pune Porsche case a media trial where innocents were killed by a rich brat and the whole system colluded to give the rich brat a free run? Was it a media trial? I confess it was. Thank God for it. Thank God for that media trial. Was RG Kaur a media trial? When the government of Mamata Banerjee and the whole system came together to destroy the evidence? Was it? If it was a media trial, I and the entire Republic Bangla team are proud for it. Thank God for that. Thank God for such media trials in our country. Thank God for the media trial in the Jessica Lal murder case. Thank God for the media trial in the Nirbhaya case. Thank God for the media trial in the Sheena Boda murder case. Thank God for the media trial in the Disha Salian murder case. Thank God for the media trial in the Pune Porsche case. Thank God for the media trial in the Sandesh Khali case where Mamata Banerjee stood there and the media made a hue and cry about Sandesh Khali, the mass gang rape of Hindu women, before the politicians stepped in. If it was not for a media trial, there would be no expose of Sandesh Khali. And you know what? Thank God for the media trial and the media debate and the media investigation that forced the judge to resign in the cash burning scam, where in the house of a judge in the heart of Lutyens, cash was burning. It made people uncomfortable, the judiciary uncomfortable. Thank God for that media trial. And thank God for the media trial in Aravali, which forced the Supreme Court to retrace the steps of an order which, if implemented, would have been disastrous for society and ecology. Thank God for that media trial. And I say thank God for the ongoing media trial in the Tushar Sharma case. And I'm ready to challenge anyone who says that media trial is bad. I say when media trial happens for the right reasons, without any malice and only good intent, it's the best thing that can happen in the persistent and constant and unstoppable fight for the truth.
The police in Madhya Pradesh last night decided to release selective CCTV footage. But take a look at the video closely. What was Twisha carrying in her hand? What did ex-judge Giribala have in her hand? What took them 57 minutes to bring the body down? Who are the three men seen in this video? Mother-in-law calmly walks up and down. Unusual? Are any of these three men from outside? Who called them? CPR being given strategically opposite CCTV? What did Giribala say to the three men?
इनको अपने अंदर कोई खामियां नजर नहीं आ रही हैं। एक वेल प्लान मर्डर किया आपने। सीसीटीवी फुटेज जो भी इन्होंने सबमिट की है वो भी ऑल्टर्ड है, वो भी पूरी डॉक्टराइंड है। उसकी भी फॉरेंसिक जांच होनी चाहिए, पूरी सीसीटीवी कवरेज आनी चाहिए। उसमें जो बॉडी निकाल के नीचे लोग लेके आ रहे हैं, जो इनके घर के नौकर हैं, जो आसपास के लोग हैं, किसी का भी इन्होंने जो है बयान नहीं लिया है। और ये एक बहुत सोची समझी जो कहते हैं ना कि हत्या की और इंगित कर रहा है।
The father of Twisha says this is a carefully crafted case, one where a mother-in-law who was silent for 6 months decided to immediately brand her daughter-in-law a drug addict.
Glamour industry is a creative industry, okay? इसका बिल्कुल आक्षेप नहीं है, नहीं तो हम कुछ शब्दों के चयन में हम क्यों चूज करेंगे। इट इज़ क्रिएटिव एंड क्रिएशन जो दुनिया को दिखाए कि समथिंग इज देयर इज अनदर फैसेट, ठीक है, अनदर डायमेंशन। हम उसको पूरा रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं। ग्लैमर इंडस्ट्री का कतई मतलब नहीं कि कोई प्रोस्टिट्यूट हो जाता है। उसका मेन इशू वाज कि उसके अंदर एक स्प्लिट, दो तरह के लोग थे।
Strangely, the police themselves admit that the belt was not given for examination. Listen to this. A wedding in Delhi, a mysterious death in Bhopal just 6 months later, and a series of serious allegations involving mental cruelty, dowry, harassment, abuse being made from both the parties. Today, the Twisha Sharma update case, suicide case, saw a lot of update. The main accused husband had applied for an anticipatory bail in the court, which was rejected by the court, saying that given the circumstances surrounding the unnatural death, it won't be advisable or it won't be suitable that the man be given an anticipatory bail. Apart from this, several serious allegations were made from both the parties. The accused mother, who's also a former judge, claimed that Trisha had a split personality, that she was going through some kind of psychosis where she was one person on one day, another person on another day. Such serious claims were made by the accused mother in the case, a former judge, by the way. Now, there are several other allegations that were made from Trisha's parents and family's end as well, saying that there are a lot of discrepancies in the post-mortem report. In the post-mortem that was done in AIIMS Bhopal, and they were claiming that they had connections, that this family has serious connections, and that would have influenced the post-mortem report to some extent, and that is why they were demanding that a second post-mortem be happened in AIIMS Delhi, and they've officially moved to a court in Bhopal seeking that second post-mortem. When they spoke to my colleague Satya Vijay, they admitted a delay. The parents of Trisha held a news conference today. Her brother Harshit has some questions for the ex-judge.
The first call that was made to the police was made by us, not them. After that we have reached here. It took us good 3 days to file the FIR. More than 3 days. उससे पहले ही उनकी anticipatory bail की application भी आ चुकी है. It is all a well orchestrated effort on their end. These are the questions we need to ask. We are not here to say who is right, who is wrong. At least follow the process. Where is the process?
The story is not over. It's only just beginning.
The only way to get justice in this country in cases like this is to first have a proper, well-conducted media trial. There has to be a proper media trial in which there has to be detailed investigations and exposés of the facts of the case by the media. It must be put before the people, and if people are wise, people will see merit in it, they will ask questions, and obviously that will put the legal system under some pressure, which is good, Siddharth Luthra, because if the legal system were not to come under pressure, then the legal system would have the leeway in saying that, see, the prosecution did a bad job. And the prosecution would say that, you see, you have nothing to prove that we have done a bad job, because the legal system has given anticipatory bail, a clean chit, and then the victim's family will go to the legal system and say, why did you give us a clean chit? They'll be told, go back to the roller coaster. The FIR was not filed, and the family will say, why was the FIR not filed? They will say, well, the anticipatory bail was given. The family will say, why was the anticipatory bail given before the FIR was filed? They will say, well, we don't know. But if you could have filed the FIR on time, then maybe anticipatory bail would not have been given. But you see, the victim's hands, Arshdeep, Siddharth Luthra, are tied. The idea is to frustrate the victim, to tie the victim in knots and call it the intelligence of the legal community of this country, which watches as a family cries, falls to their feet, and cannot even see the body of their own daughter. Yesterday, this entire system should know that a father came on my program, Jay Anand Dharadra, and said, I have not been able to see the family of my daughter. Let me see the family. Let me see my daughter's body once. I said, no, you can't see. And on the other hand, the mother-in-law, the ex-judge, who is seen there coolly walking away while the daughter-in-law's body is being taken away by 3 men, one identified absconding to unidentified, and the mother-in-law calmly walks away and now says, oh, she was a schizophrenic who happened to die. And you know what, Siddharth, every second I'll tell you, and I won't speak after this, Ishkaran, Subrashta and Ms. Napina, every moment I see this ex-judge sitting in front of her law books trying to act all high and mighty because she's an ex-judge who got bail. I just want to say one thing. What has happened to the judicial system in my country? With the greatest of respect to all the senior advocates, all the judges, all the appellate courts, why are they quiet today? What's happened to the judicial system? Nobody wants to take the initiative. You see, oh, she's an ex-judge. She can't be wrong. You see, Siddharth, she's an ex-judge. She's knowledgeable. She's an ex-judge. Maybe sessions, trial, nothing. She's one of us. She's one of us. And if we go by the media, then tomorrow the media will pick up all cases like they did the case of, BMW and Kuldeep Sengar and Pune Porsche. And then the whole system we have carefully protected will collapse. That's the feeling I get. And you can look the other way, Siddharth, but I'm telling you, if I open the phone lines, you will see how
you will ask me a question, or do you want to go on with your conversation?
No, I'm making my point. It's making you uncomfortable. It's making you uncomfortable. Why are you uncomfortable when I'm speaking what is on the minds of everyone today?
I am uncomfortable, my dear friend. You have to understand, the problem is you tend to slot people, and what you don't seem to understand is you don't have a fundamental understanding. It's unfortunate that a person of your stature is not putting the system in its perspective, and you of all people should know that. The first thing we must understand is there are cases where there is importance that the media brings to light certain aspects of the matter. And clearly you didn't see my interview given on your channel earlier today. So there are places where it is important. But what you need to understand and comprehend is excessive media intervention leads to poor investigations where things are glossed over, where the police is interested in putting people behind bars, where at times charge sheets are filed without effective and scientific investigations. In the Nirbhay case, where incidentally I was the prosecutor, it was one of the most scientific investigations done. And yes, there was some pressure, but the police did a great job and a stellar job. So the pressure was because of what had happened, the incident, but the investigation went on absolutely parallelly, outstanding investigation, and that's the reason we had a result. Today, the issue is this. We don't necessarily need to have people screaming at the top of their voices, asking for a media trial. What we need is a fair investigation so the guilty are prosecuted successfully. And if somebody is innocent, they should not be prosecuted. It is unfortunate that this is becoming too much of a media expose. The issue today is...
Too much in what sense?
Yes.
Too much in what sense?
Too much in the sense that we are talking about bail or anticipatory bail. You mentioned something and I found it very intriguing. You said that how did a person get anticipatory before an FIR? Because the Constitution bench of the Supreme Court said you can, and that's the consistent view in the law. Apprehension of arrest, and you're a very sensible and seasoned man, you should know this. Apprehension of arrest is the reason when you get anticipatory bail. If it is wrongly given, the party concerned, the aggrieved, the victim has a right to challenge it. There is no issue. If it is wrongly given, it can
Arnab, if you want,
I'll get everyone in. Subrashta, just give me a moment because Siddharth said a few things about me. I just want to respond to it. Just a moment. See, I'll tell you one thing. Siddharth, see, where you come from, you think you're right. Where I come from,
I don't. I'm sorry.
Where I come from. 1 minute. Please, you see, Siddharth, listen here, please. And please understand the larger perspective. This word that is used, fair investigation, okay? Nobody gives only a policeman or a lawyer or a judge the right to determine what is a fair investigation. Point number one. Point number two, please understand the media in this country is changing. We are not hagiographers, no intent to be. Point number three, I am asking a very basic question. In my previous debate, I said, who are these idiots who carried a body down the staircase? And Lalita Kumaramangalam said, Arnab, you're wrong. They're not idiots. They have planned this out. Okay? And I said, okay, maybe I'm wrong. The point here is this. Has the system lost any common sense? Is CPR given in a staircase? In clear view, Ishkaran, in clear view of the CCTV, rather than at the scene of the accident. 2, a judge is party to the destruction of a crime scene, right? 3 days it takes for the police to lodge an FIR. 3 days. And then you are told, who are you to decide? You see, the police can take 3 years if they want. But I say, but it's not fair. And fourth point is, I used to think that the more powerful you are, the greater the chance you'll manipulate evidence. I asked, since you all think that we are useless people, Siddharth, who know nothing about nothing. It's not true. We are not that, and neither are we cockroaches. Neither are we cockroaches. We are the same people, by the way. We are the same people. We are not cockroaches. We are the same people who exposed the legal wrongs in the Aravali judgment. And I question the former Chief Justice of India, who could not explain effectively why he did not apply the precautionary principle there. So, when I get patronized by lawyers, I say, no, you can't patronize me. I have enough understanding of the law and investigations. I'm the same man who has exposed the Commonwealth Games scam. I'm the same man who forced Ashok Chavan to quit. And I believe, no, because, 1 minute, you came in late. He made a few comments. I'll pass it on. The debate is not about me. I'm saying here, what happens to the common sense in this case? And people are very angry, Siddharth. It's not legal versus media. No. I'm saying people have brought this to attention, Siddharth, only because the media picked it up. And after the media picked it up, the Sun did not get anticipatory bail. Before the media picked it up, the ex-judge got anticipatory bail. Now I hand over to a very angry Subrashta. Please, Subrashta.
Arnab, I'm sorry to break it out to some of the legal luminaries on your channel, but this conversation cannot be monopolized by experts on law and procedures and police officers who speak the language of justice in extremely exhausting formats. I'm sorry, there's anger, there's public anger, because there is a deep civilizational anxiety here. Of course, the commonsensical questions you raised are absolutely point on. But why absolve the family of Twisha, the maternal family of Twisha Sharma also? There is a girl crying for help over WhatsApp text or whatever, and the response is. So this entire society, which has made women believe that if you are a Miss Pune, that if you are a certain somebody who gets a certain package, that if you are a certain somebody who can speak well, earn money and are educated, your job of equality gets over right there. Why are we not producing enough women with a spine who can stand for values? And there's no victim shaming here. It is also to say that this very woman is a product of a society which has produced somebody like her mother-in-law. Look at the clinical way in which that woman is having a press conference and talking about things. As if, and I agree with Lalita ji, everything is pre-planned, and we don't need to pretend that in highly educated elite societies of India, these crimes don't exist. Of course they exist. Of course there are, fetuses being aborted because they are of girl children. Are we going to pretend that none of this exists in the society? Are we going to believe only the language of procedure?
Because the thing is, Subrashta, I understand procedure. Ashdeep is a top criminal lawyer as well. Ashdeep, see, what is happening here is, we are told it's a case of hanging. Where is the belt? They say the belt with which she was hanged. Where is the belt? Right? Secondly, all across her body, there are ante-mortem, very severe blunt force injuries. Very, very severe injuries. Now, someone is going to tell me, oh, no, you see, you are not a lawyer. Ms. Napinai, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not allowed to talk. I'm a mere reporter, mere journalist who should be quiet and just report what is said in the court. Maybe the observations also not report because he'll get pulled up. But I say the media has changed. We are going to ask this question. The body is bruised, and she's cried to her parents saying, I'm going to be targeted. And within seconds she dies. Arshdeep, see, media trial will happen. Now your point of view, please. Thank you.
Yeah. See, Arnab, what we are forgetting is that the incident is of the 12th. We are today on the 19th of May.
So?
And I'm sure the questions you're asking are something which the police will investigate.
No,
but
they were not.
The gun here,
No, 1 minute. I hold you right there. 1 minute. I hold you right there. 1 minute. See, the thing is, listen, Arshdeep. Can I get Ms. Napinai? This is the problem with lawyers. They make certain assumptions, And basis their assumptions, they go on to the next argument. They say, I am sure all the points which you are making, the police were investigating. No! If the police were investigating, then anticipatory bail would not be given before the FIR is filed. It's a system. You wait. One minute. It's the same. One minute. You see, I was not born yesterday, Ashdeep. You don't file the FIR for 3 days. You let anticipatory bail be given and then you register the FIR. Only after public pressure, because by 15th, the media has got wind of it. You see, Ashdeep, you must understand, after 15th, the case has come to light and everything has changed.
But that again is a presumption, Arnab.
Where presumption? Where presumption? How presumption?
We are assuming that the police is not investigating. We are giving opinions on an issue which can only be determined after there is an investigation. We are confusing the issue of anticipatory bail with investigation.
No, we are not. No, we are not. No, we are not. No, we are not. We are rather saying why a very intelligent top criminal lawyer is not on the side of justice. We are rather saying that why Arshdeep Singh and Siddharth Dutra are not looking at it in terms of commonsensical ways and not saying that common sense is not important.
I'm sorry.
I am saying here today. I'm saying here today. No, there's nothing unfortunate. Siddharth, there's nothing unfortunate. Siddharth, you should be open to the other point of view. I am asking you, Siddharth. Okay, I'm asking you. No, 1 minute. No one. You are assuming that only lawyers. You are assuming only lawyers have common sense. I am saying the people have common sense. What happened in the 57 minutes? What happened? Yeah, it's very unfortunate. You're not even listening to me. What happened in the 15 minutes? No, it's very unfortunate. You don't even want to listen the victim's side. What happened in the 15 minutes between 10:05 p.m., which is Twisha's call to her parents, and then Samarth's parents called Twisha's parents at 10:20 saying, your daughter is dead. Your daughter is dead. Your daughter is dead. I want to ask the commonsensical question tonight that why were Samarth's parents, why was Samarth's family, why was Samarth not held at that very moment, since he obviously was the only person present at the scene of the crime?
You should ask the police that.
But the police didn't do anything.
But then why are you not asking the police? Why don't you have the police here on your show?
Well, 1 minute. I have just asked the Madhya Pradesh government, which represents the police, everything. But I cannot say that just because the prosecution has done something wrong, the rest of the system should remain quiet and say, we should remain quiet too. The media should remain quiet because police did nothing. I don't believe in the Bachke Chalo attitude.
Arnab, I think there is a bulldozing. There is a bulldozing of legal heft that is happening here. Why? Because here is an ex-judge, the mother-in-law of Twisha Sharma, holding a full press conference. But somehow some of them are uncomfortable with media asking questions hereforth. You should give this gyan to the mother-in-law to follow procedures and allow the police to do the job. I mean, people, sitting on your channel who are very concerned about social issues and about procedures, etc., they should have come up with an open letter criticizing the mother-in-law for...
Okay, I ask you another question now. I ask another question now. And this question goes to Siddharth. 1 minute. Is anticipatory bail forever? Let me ask a simple question. I get Ishkar. See, I'm not a lawyer. I sometimes wish for hell I was. But I tell you this, I ask this question. Giri Bala Singh, ex-judge, was granted anticipatory bail very swiftly. Her son, the primary accused, had gone absconding. His bail plea is rejected after the matter comes before the media. Now the CCTV footage comes, Siddharth. Okay? Now the CCTV footage comes, which exposes that she was there. She was there. She was party to this. Why is her anticipatory bail still applicable?
I'll tell you why. Because once an anticipatory bail is granted, there has to be a challenge to it by either the victim or the state, and you would be legitimately right to ask the state or the victim to challenge it, and they have a right to challenge it, get it quashed.
Okay, so then if I say that cancel her bail because of misuse of her liberty, then it should be cancelled. She's going around giving case details, abusing the victim. That is the abuse of liberty.
Sure. The victim could challenge it. As I said,
relentless smear campaign is going on against the dead 33-year-old lady.
You're not wrong there.
That is the misuse of liberty.
You see, when you're right, I do agree with you.
No, it's all right. I can be right and wrong. We are on different sides. I don't forget the fact, Siddharth. Siddharth, listen. Siddharth, listen. I respect you. 1 minute, Siddharth. Let me tell you one. Let me tell you one. See, the problem is Siddharth. Just because I'm not from the legal fraternity, you guys don't like me. But let me tell you this. I like you because you have fought for Nirbhaya. I remember you are the lawyer who went door to door on Nirbhaya. So at various levels, I do respect you. I just want people like you to look at it from our point of view also. The world will change.
I represent enough of you guys to know I look at it from your point of view often.
Now let's go back to the case. Okay, let me get 2-3 points of view. We have a couple of lawyers also. Ishkaran, you want to make a point? Satish, I'm coming to you.
I've always been a strong votary of media covering cases. Very often, if media spotlight comes, we see certain aspects of the case come into light, which would otherwise not come to light. I'll give you one example. Anisha Batra case, if you remember, that air hostess in Delhi, whom I represented, a victim. So sometimes media spotlight is important for cases. But coming to this case, now there are various aspects to this. Ordinarily, if a young girl, newly married, 5-6 months of marriage, is found dead under mysterious circumstances, should an FIR take 3 days? That is for police to answer. It should not take 3 days. Let's be very clear. What you are showing that how she hung herself, that belt or that rope is not available. That is a complete failure of policing. If that belt or that rope, we don't even know it's a belt or rope, but what you are reporting, that missing at this stage is of course something the police has to answer. Those are the facts that the police has to go into and has to answer and has to satisfy the people how in such cases where prominent families are involved, this is happening. I saw the statement of the brother, the major, which I think was a balanced statement. He said, at least the process should have been followed. Is the process followed? That has to come out. But when we talk about the mother-in-law is coming and giving statements to media, so is the victim's family. This is the new age we live in, where all sides come to television channel, and unfortunately, all sides also speak to television channel.
And I asked tonight only one thing. When a matter comes to public light in a big way, Ms. Napinai wanted to come in. Yes, Ms. Napinai, senior advocate, please, ma'am. Ms. Napinai.
Yeah, thank you, Arnab.
Sorry, ma'am.
See, we've heard both sides. The one aspect that seems to be missing out here is, and I'm grateful to the lady for pointing that out, we are looking at law to be applied equally from both sides.
Yes.
It's not about it favoring one or the other.
Yes.
And when we are speaking about that and the media's role cannot be diluted in this manner by just brushing it aside as a media trial. Using phraseology to, negate something that has worked effectively is not really the right way forward, I would say. What is being missed out here is and I would qualify it by saying I also am relying on facts which are available in the public domain.
Yes,
going by what it says, this lady has died within a few months of her marriage, in which case there is a legal presumption that accrues to the benefit of the victim, subject to the prosecution just establishing 3 things. One is that it was a dowry death and under unnatural circumstances and within 7 years. If that is the case, then the presumption shifts to the accused. And this is not like any other normal case where you would talk about bail rather than jail, etc. When it comes to offences against women and heinous offences like this, the court looks at the facts of the case before they decide.
Yes.
And we cannot just throw generalities to wish away what we are seeing.
I feel sometimes,
The only hope that I have now is that all these narratives that are being brought out will ensure a more fair process. We want investigation and it needs to start and be done in an effective way.
I feel what is happening here is that can anyone believe, Satish Manishinde, that a judge will not know where her son is? Her son is also a lawyer, that a lawyer's son and a judge mother will destroy the scene of a crime, drag a body down, right? Destroy evidence, and then the son will abscond. WhatsApp chats show the deceased told her mother that she's being harassed, right? And one more thing, Satish, the police gives the main accused the window to abscond. Who can ask the question from the prosecution? Only the judicial system, which they obviously did not.
Firstly, I don't think it's a case of suicide.
because if you find marks of ligature marks on the neck which resemble a belt, obviously it is a belt which has been used to commit this offense. So according to me, it's not a suicide and a murder should be investigated, number one. Secondly, the very fact that three people dragged the body in the fashion that they did in the presence of the mother means that the mother was also involved and she knew what was happening in the house. So I don't know how she could have been granted anticipatory bail merely because she is a retired district judge. Thirdly, after her release on bail, she has been tampering with the prosecution case by narrating so many facts which were not reported to the police or to the parents prior to this date of incident. Fourthly, if the son is absconding, it takes hardly a period of an hour or two to trace him through his mobile or through the contacts that he has been in touch with. The PTI video, which is in the public realm now, gives a large number of conversations which were taking place when it was being aired.
Yes.
It obviously has explanations of the accused.
On the left.
So all these gentlemen who are involved in the conversation, I assume some lawyers are also involved. They should be also interrogated to find about the whereabouts of this accused. And fourthly and fifthly, this is a case of pure tampering of evidence because if you see the number of times these people have gone up and down the staircase, the mother, the ex-judge, has gone into her room and then the kitchen or where, I don't know where all she has been in the house. All that she had to do, moment she found a body in her house, was call the cops, report it to them, and then set the criminal law in motion. She has been a district judge. She is not a vagabond or some unknown to law. So therefore, this is a very serious case. And if she has been making these allegations that the daughter-in-law was a schizophrenic or she was under medication, why were these facts not reported to the parents or to the doctor to admit her in a hospital when she was so seriously impaired in taking decision? Obviously, there is more to it than a mere suicide. But then what I must suggest to all of you is that in a large number of cases, the Supreme Court has come down heavily on media trial, particularly in cases which are investigated by the police in a nascent stage. One of the reasons why a large number of witnesses don't turn up in court is because they don't want to face the media. They don't want to be told that you are one of the witnesses.
Come on, Satish.
You have seen a number of cases.
Satish.
You and me have discussed a number of cases.
Can I
don't want to repeat them.
Satish.
It is because the discussion take place on the TV like this that the accused.
May I provide a counter argument to this?
Accused get the benefit
Satish, see, at least
tampering with the witnesses.
I'd say this. See, one minute. Satish, can I please?
In this manner,
Satish
is uncalled for.
Satish, first of all, I'm nobody to hold a candle for all the media, but I want to tell you this, that had it not been, I truly believe that had it not been for media attention of some media, this case would never have reached this point and the family would have felt helpless. Why was an ex-judge given anticipatory bail so quickly? And you are saying all these questions don't come in the minds of the judge giving her anticipatory bail? A judge gives an ex-judge anticipatory bail.
I do not want to blame the judiciary.
We are not blaming, but I'm asking a question. Will we be arrested for asking questions?
That takes place.
I'm not making any insinuation, but I'm stating a fact.
In such cases is that a large number of judicial officers, they favor their ex-colleagues.
Correct.
This is a bad practice.
So then I'm not happy, no? The country of 1.4 billion people, we can't create a super class of people who are above the law.
Arnab, the first thing that you should do when you get a case like this is either call Siddharth Luthra or call me and we'll help you out reaching the court.
People will get scared of appearing before court. Therefore, they should be mollycoddled.
I need to get Jay Anand Rai. I need to get Jay, please. Jay, what are your thoughts, Jay? Where do you stand?
So can I leave? I have to leave for some
Yeah, just wait 5 more minutes. Please wait. Don't go, Satish. I rarely get you and Mr. Luthra together.
There cannot be, Arnab, there cannot be a media trial. The Supreme Court has said it many times. It is completely antithetical to our constitution. It goes against Article 21 and 14. I'm shocked that Mr. Manishinde, who's an extremely distinguished, well-known, criminal lawyer today, virtually conducted a media trial right now, and right at the fag end of his comments then says, well, the Supreme Court has come down heavily on a media trial. Well, there's very good reason for that. You cannot possibly prejudice an entire legal system and the legal machinery.
Who's prejudicing? I say it is my job to bring the truth to light.
Yes.
We are not an illiterate society. People will make up their minds on the basis of facts put before them.
Arnab,
no, using legal language intimidates nobody nowadays.
I have the greatest respect.
The same language was used when the cash was burning in Justice Yashwant's house when the cash was burning.
Please listen to me. Please allow me to complete. I have the greatest respect for the formidable body of journalistic work that you have done in exposing all sorts of issues. But that doesn't take away from the fact that a presumption of innocence, Arnab, is a guaranteed fundamental.
Yeah, there was innocence when a man was told to write a 300-word essay. When a drunk driver was asked to write a 300-word essay to get away in the Pune Porsche case.
You two were targeted by a corrupt...
I was targeted by a group of politicians,
Yes,
and I came out smelling of roses. And my case of bail is still become case law. Even a terrorist seeking bail, says Arnab Goswami versus government of Maharashtra.
By corrupt machinery.
I am not... No, I'm saying...
And Arnab, I know you'll agree with me. And look at the travesty here. Please see the travesty here. You have photographs, evidentiary material that is absolutely privileged, that is now being flashed on national...
Privileged?
I'm sorry, maybe it was a suicide case of suicide. This is material that should be brought up in court. It's
a very theoretical way of looking at it.
By flashing this material on national television, you can have the accused persons here. Suppose they are accused persons who are acting.
The media is the fourth pillar of democracy. We are the watchdog and we'll do our job.
There cannot be an alternative. That is absolutely correct. But
ask Siddharth Luthra if he did anything wrong in the Nirbhaya case. Ask Siddharth Luthra. He was the lawyer in that case. One minute.
There has to be a right to free trial, Arnab, and none of us can curb.
Yeah, we did a free. There was no free trial in the Kuldeep Sengar case.
I hope you appreciate.
Are you saying there was no free trial in the Kuldeep Sengar case? Can anyone say that? Was there no free trial in the Nirbhaya case, Mr. Luthra?
All right, let me just add one thing.
Courts are not
let Mr. Luthra make his point. Mr. Luthra,
yeah, let me respond. I think we're conflating the issue. Jay has made a point, and I think you also need to take it, and it's important. There is a concern. There are issues which you would like to point out, why there is a delay in the FIR, why evidence is not taken. That's one part of the matter, and one accepts that's a valid role. That's the role you must, as any media agency, must play. That's the positive part. But when evidence is flashed around, it gives rise to questions as to how evidence which should have been secured by the police is in the media, and it often damages the prosecution.
No, this evidence has been flashed around by the judge.
Just hear me. Here, let me complete now. Jay is pointing out the dangers of exposing material which should be secured by the police at the first instance.
And when the police doesn't do their job?
Yeah, but the question today is, where is the CCTV come from? Has the police leaked it, or where has it been sourced from? And that will create a problem later in the prosecution when this matter goes to trial. That's the point Jay is making, and it's a very sensitive point.
The CCTV is in the public domain.
It should not be. It should be.
But
seen.
Now that it is, should I hide it? Should I hide it, Siddharth? Should I hide it?
The point.
Should I hide it?
The point is not that. The point is, how did it come to the media?
Oh, so that becomes the issue.
That is because tomorrow the accused will take advantage, which is the point you need to understand. The accused will take an advantage.
So we should not show the ligature marks. We should not show the CCTV. We should not show the judge next to the body. We should show nothing. We should be good boys and say there's nothing.
Yes, sir. You should point out these issues, but don't necessarily flash material which should have been secured by the police, kept in sealed cover, reported to the judge, and kept in a secured environment. And I think that's.
I believe this antiseptic view of journalism doesn't work. It didn't work. Sengar case, remember Nirbhaya, remember Sengar, remember Devasisro, remember Adarsh, and remember, I should not have asked any questions in the Aravali case also. We should be quiet.
That's your choice.
No, it's not our choice. We made our choice.
Your choice.
We have to be assertive. We have to be vigilant.
If you want to be sarcastic and say you should not ask questions, that's your choice.
We have to be vigilant. These are not isolated cases.
Vigilance and sarcasm are two different concepts.
There's no sarcasm. The system only moves when it's watched, Siddharth. You know that.
The system must move. You're absolutely right. It must be watched. You're absolutely right. Nobody disagrees with you there. But the point is, there is a line which you and everybody in your line your profession should draw between exposing deficiencies and exposing evidence. Exposing evidence detracts from an effective prosecution, not just a fair, but an effective prosecution and a successful prosecution.
I can give you a zillion cases of prosecutions across the world which have opened up only when the media has done the exposure.
There are enough cases where people will get away because you flash the
you are trying to take an exception and you are trying to ward off journalism, which will not happen.
Not at all. I don't think you got the point. I said it's important that you must do your exposures. Nobody disagreeing with you.
Well, why is this bail not being cancelled? Why is this lady free? And one minute, just 1 minute here. See, impunity breaks only when it is under a spotlight, is my point. Put it under a spotlight. Let people judge. People are also sensible. Am I wrong, Satish? Miss Napana, everyone. Over to you. Last round. Satish.
Well, first of all, the bail.
Satish first. Then Miss Napana. Satish.
First of all, the bail should have been challenged immediately in higher court. And I'm sure the High Court or the Supreme Court, whichever was approached, would have suspended that order of bail, particularly in a situation where the lady was also present when the incident took place in the house. And from the facts, it reveals, as revealed by the press so far, that it's a serious case. It may not be confined only to a suicide. The fact that she is tampering with evidence is obvious because she is almost browbeating the witnesses by giving her own statement.
Okay.
Fourthly, Jay had something to say, but I don't object to his freedom of speech and expression. He should have his own, particularly on Republic.
It's okay, no problem. Ashdeep, I'm going around. Ashdeep, you want to say something? Ashdeep.
Very unfortunate, Arnab, that what we are doing, we are giving opinions on issues which are yet to be investigated. We are at an early stage of an investigation. We are affecting the victims' rights, the victim family's rights. We are affecting the accused family rights. And this is what exactly...
This is a complete presumption by you that the victim's family is grateful that when the insensitive system did nothing, and Ashdeep, you are assuming because you're a lawyer, you can speak for the victim's family. I am in touch with them. My reporters are in touch with them. We know what that major whose sister died feels about this.
We will only know this once the investigation is over.
Which investigation, sir? Where was the investigation till now? The lawyer is absconding, sir. Please tell your person he's giving a bad name to the legal fraternity. The lawyer is absconding. Arrest the lawyer.
The right to approach and hire.
Arrest the lawyer.
Protecting his rights.
Okay, 30 seconds. Miss Napinai, last word. Last word.
Yeah, thank you. Arnab, the most important issue is not about Republic TV repeatedly showing the CCTV footage. It's about how it got to the public domain. It shows to how the investigation is being conducted and how victim rights are actually being violated. Now, that's the issue that is being spotlighted through the show, and I think we need to focus on that. Where are the loopholes coming out in the investigation, and why is it happening? And is this show then going to help in improving better investigation and better prosecution?
Okay.
That is the hope I would close out with.
Yes. To everyone, thank you for a very strong debate. We may all agree to disagree, but I'm glad we had this conversation on air tonight. We continue to focus on the Twisha Sharma case. And I continue to insist that the ex-judge should come on my program because I will have a few straight questions for her. My offer still stands. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है।
भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम।
मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। ब्रीदेबल फैब्रिक्स, ऑसम कंफर्ट, effortless style, AD from the House of Arvind.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
कोई ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है, इट्स अ टेरर मशीन।
अगर हम टेररिस्ट होते तो टेररिस्ट हमें क्यों मारते?
आरएसएस ने बाबरी मस्जिद तोड़ी और आरएसएस वायलेंट है।
वो तब गिरा जब इस देश के बहुसंख्यक समाज का विश्वास टूट गया।
आप लोगों ने तो देश चलाने का दावा किया है, लेकिन आप लोगों का ना कोई हिसाब है ना कोई किताब।
ये चोट निशान छोड़ेगी।
सर, व्हाट अबाउट सेफ्टी फ्रॉम फायर? केबल कौन सा लगाया है?
अरे केबल का क्या है, कोई भी चलता है।
यही चलता है, बाद में जलता है। 90% of the electrical fires are caused due to short circuit. Give lot of importance to consider fire safe cable. Ignamo, the fire safe cables from Dravid. Remember, business is safe if your cable is fire safe.
ये सब आप इसलिए कर रहे हैं ना सर, ताकि आप अपने आरएसएस को बचा सके। वैसे भी आप आरएसएस के बोपोई तो है। आरएसएस का सच है मेरी थीसिस, जो सालों से छुपाया गया है। But I am going to unmask the truth.
क्लास अब शुरू होगी because the professor is here.
ये जो भी हो रहा है, ये injustice, ये conspiracies, ये manipulation, अगर आप इसको terrorism नहीं कहेंगे तो फिर किसको कहेंगे? ये है मेरा आखिरी सवाल. This is my last question to you.
Join IIHM, International Institute of Hotel Management. To know more about ECHAT exam, call 98310 50,000.
अरे ये डिबेट बाहर की सोचे विकी। डिबेट यानी विवाद, भारत विवाद नहीं, संवाद यानी कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन, इसमें भरोसा लगता है।
सच नरेट नहीं करना होता, नरेटिव को सच बनाना होता है।
जब भी भगवे के ओर कोई कालिक दिखता है तो उसी स्याही से इतिहास लिखा जाता है।
A team. That team will create many things. It will change Kerala. It will be a new era, a new Kerala. That is our target.
In a major development in Kerala, Congress leader V.D. Satishan has been chosen as the new Chief Minister of the state. After days of intense speculation by the Congress High Command, V.D. Satishan has finally emerged as the face of the new government.
Accordingly, the Congress President has held extensive discussions with the chairperson of the Congress Parliamentary Party, leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, the AICC observers who had met with the newly elected MLAs on May 7th, 2026.
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है।
भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम।
मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। ब्रीदेबल फैब्रिक्स, ऑसम कंफर्ट, effortless style, AD from the House of Arvind.
Amity University has one of India's largest merit scholarship programs for brilliant students. Over 9,000 students with 90% plus in their 12th boards are currently at Amity, benefiting from the culture of academic excellence and focus on research and innovation. To be with like-minded students who want to be successful, apply at amity.edu/scholarships.
Sir, what about safety from fire? केबल कौन सा लगाया है?
अरे केबल का क्या है, कोई भी चलता है।
यही चलता है, बाद में जलता है। 90% of the electrical fires are caused due to short circuit. Give lot of importance to consider fire safe cable. Ignamo, the fire safe cables from Ravi. Remember, business is safe if your cable is fire safe.
अरे ये डिबेट बाहर की सोचे विकी। डिबेट यानी विवाद, भारत विवाद नहीं, संवाद यानी कंस्ट्रक्टिव डिस्कशन, इसमें भरोसा रखता है।
सच नरेट नहीं करना होता, नरेटिव को सच बनाना होता है।
जब भी भगवे के ओर कोई कालिक दिखता है तो उसी स्याही से इतिहास लिखा जाता है।
Build a team. That team will create many things. It will change Kerala. It will be a new era. A new Kerala. That is our target.
In a major development in Kerala, Congress leader V.D. Satishan has been chosen as the new Chief Minister of the state. After days of intense speculation by the Congress High Command, V.D. Satishan has finally emerged as the face of the new government.
Accordingly, the Congress President has held extensive discussions with the chairperson of the Congress Parliamentary Party, leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, the
जब अपना कोई मूव किसी को मूव करता है ना यार, फील आ जाती है।
भाई तू अपना है, तेरा सफर मुझे भी करना है। तूने प्रूव कर दिखाया यार, एनीबडी कैन ड्रीम।
मुझे लगा मैं नहीं, पूरा का पूरा मूवमेंट चल रहा है। ब्रीदेबल फैब्रिक्स, ऑसम कंफर्ट, वेफर्टलेस स्टाइल, एडी फ्रॉम द हाउस ऑफ अरविंद।
कोई ग्लोबल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन नहीं है, इट्स अ टेरर मशीन।
अगर हम टेररिस्ट होते तो टेररिस्ट हमें क्यों मारते?
आरएसएस ने बाबरी मस्जिद तोड़ी और आरएसएस वायलेंट है। Just say it!
वो तब गिरा जब इस देश के बहुसंख्यक समाज का विश्वास टूट गया।
आप लोगों ने तो देश चलाने का दावा किया है, लेकिन आप लोगों का ना कोई हिसाब है, ना कोई किताब।
ये चोट निशान छोड़ेगी।
Join IIHM, International Institute of Hotel Management. To know more about ECHAT exam, call 98310 50,000.
ये सब आप इसलिए कर रहे हैं ना सर, ताकि आप अपने आरएसएस को बचा सके। वैसे भी आप आरएसएस के बोपोई तो हैं। आरएसएस का सच है मेरी थीसिस, जो सालों से छुपाया गया है। But I am going to
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, a shameful celebration of a rape accused. Unbelievable pictures come in from Ghaziabad. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, we bring you the Republic investigation in the case of Twisha Sharma. And at 9 p.m. tonight, why I believe when all other institutions fail or are seen to be failing, why it is time for a media trial. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with some very disturbing pictures that have come in of a so-called right-wing leader. His name is Sushil Prajapati. He's accused of rape. After being in jail for 9 months, he gets bail, which means he's still an accused. He's an accused in a rape case. And the case goes back to 2025 when he took an LLB student to one place on the pretext of introducing her to a senior advocate. He drugged her drink and then he sexually assaulted her. He's still under trial for rape. He has not been released. But when he comes out, this rape accused, garlands are put on him. as if he's some kind of a hero, as if he's achieved something great. Is a rapist to be celebrated, ladies and gentlemen? I ask you that question. And more than anyone else, I ask the right wing of this country. Very often I come on television and I say, yes, on several issues, I'm happy to be called a right-winger. But ladies and gentlemen, let me put it clearly. You cannot let a person like this man, this Sushil Prajapati, a leader of the Hindu Yuva Vahini, a local thug, a man accused of rape, you cannot celebrate his act of rape or celebrate the fact that the rapist is out on bail. If that is the message we want to send to our society, and if all the BJP leaders want to be quiet about it, I want to ask them, why are they quiet about this? Why are they quiet? In the silence of the BJP leaders, is there a tacit support to this person? Is there a feeling that anyone who wears or puts a, proclaims that he is from a so-called Hindu organization, that he will be allowed to get away with absolutely everything, including an act of rape? Is there a feeling that this man, do right-wingers feel, this man, this accused rapist is one of our own? So hence, regardless of what happens, one of our own should never be accused. It's like all those people, those radical Islamists who say that as long as the act of murder or crime of terrorism is carried out by a Muslim, it must be defended. This very thought, ladies and gentlemen, is completely unacceptable. And we need to make the point more strongly because it's not the first time this has happened. This happened in the case of Bilkis Bano. When in Gujarat, the rapists of Bilkis Bano came out, they were greeted with tikas and sweets. And it was happening openly. This was an act of defiance, a manner of saying, so what? It is a Hindu who carried out the act of rape, and hence we will celebrate him, we will forgive the person. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nobody to forgive, and the last thing we should do is celebrate rapists. This was a shameful moment then, this is a shameful moment now. Sengar was another shameful moment when some people said, oh, Sengar is from the BJP, and hence he can be seen smiling after carrying out the act of rape, and people would celebrate him and say, no, our leader can do no wrong. That was another shameful moment for the right wing. And ladies and gentlemen, Jayant Sinha, remember, son of Yashwant Sinha, stood there, ladies and gentlemen, and garlanded people accused of lynching. And he had come to my studio and I had told him, Jayant, I think you should be ashamed of what you've done. Because for all the good you will do in your political career, this moment will be the black spot on your career. And therefore, my point is to those who call themselves right-wingers. You cannot be right-wingers, say you're fighting for the right and be supporting lynchers and rapists at the same time. You cannot have this attitude that if you are pro-Hindu, then if someone who is a Hindu or from a Hindu organization commits the most ghastly crime, you will say it's all right because he claims membership of a Hindu organization. Why doesn't the Hindu Yuva Vahini sack and throw out Sushil Prajapati? Why can't they take a stand on issues such as this? Food for thought. Food for thought, ladies and gentlemen, not just for the people who are doing this, but for all of us. Let's debate.
A hero's welcome for rape accused. Sushil Prajapati was a former city president of a local Hindu Yuva Vahini unit, was accused of raping a law student in Ghaziabad. Let's take a look again. Dhols. Supporters hoisting him on their shoulders. A full extravaganza for a rape accused. This shameful celebration of a rape accused is drawing sharp criticism. This draws parallel to a case from 2018 when former union minister and BJP leader Jayant Sinha was seen welcoming lynching convicts. These 8 peoples were convicted in a murder by lynching case. Not just that, in 2022, we saw sweets being distributed upon the release for convicts of Bilkis Banu's rape and family's murder. A disturbing pattern, time and again, accused in horrific crimes being welcomed with celebration. This begs the question, what's with the society and where are the social checks?
I'm quite surprised with the BJP. I'm surprised with the right wing. I must tell you, Manish Baria, why is the BJP quiet on this? Why is the right wing quiet on this? This man is accused of rape. He happens to be a local Hindu Yuva Vahini leader. If he was from a Muslim organization and he was accused of rape, then you would be out on the streets, the BJP would be tweeting about it. But there is a feeling that because he claims to be from the Hindu Yuva Vahini, he should be carried on his shoulders, garlanded, celebrated that here you are, see, you raped a woman, nothing happened to you. You raped a young girl who was studying law, and we are here to celebrate.